So this is an effort to explain what dopamine release is doing, actually, when in the context of taking an abused substance. So this is work that was done on animals. We actually were measuring the release of dopamine in the mesolimbic and mesocortical network. So we were looking at when dopamine is actually released. And these are rats that were trained, right, to expect the delivery of a drug, let's say like cocaine or something, right? Whenever they heard a tone, like right, some kind of a tone, that would be what we call the conditioned stimulus plus, right? This is the stimulus, the tone that will predict, the appearance of the reward, the delivery of the cocaine, right? So here we're measuring dopamine release in the nucleus accumbens. So this is part of that mesolimbic network. Remember, from VTA to nucleus accumbens. And when the CS plus, the is generated, there's this very rapid release of dopamine in the nucleus accumbens. It's part of like, ooh, it's that anticipatory, the drug is coming. But with the actual delivery of the drug, there's no additional increase. It's almost as if the dopamine is important for the expectation or the seeking out, but the actual consummation and arrival of the the desired thing is never as good as the actual seeking, right? The expectation. If you present the CS plus, however, right, you present the and the animal is expecting that delivery, and the delivery does not come, you'll see there's a decrease in dopamine release in the nucleus accumbens. And you can almost imagine it yourself, like, there's a noise that signals the arrival of a piece of chocolate cake, and the chocolate cake does not arrive. You're not going to feel so good, and that's associated with a drop in dopamine release in the nucleus accumbens. Now, if you were to present, instead of you present a little off, it resembles, the cue that's associated with the delivery of your reward, right? But it's not the same thing. Well, initially there's it sounds like it might happen, and then there's this realization, no, that's not it. And then there's a drop. But if you then deliver a reward, it's like a surprise. It was unexpected. There's a release, as I fall on the ground, there's a release of dopamine in the nucleus accumbens. And if you, don't present the reward, there's no change, right? Because you've already experienced your disappointment over here. So there's sort of a complex, relationship between, cues and behavior, and release of dopamine in the mesolimbic